If you need to save money, and right now, who doesn't, have you ever considered letting your hair go gray? I know the idea of going gray from dyed hair can sound scary. Believe me, I've been there. But going gray is fantastic for your wallet as well as your hair. You can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year by the simple act of ditching hair dye. So if you're on the fence about going gray, but you need to reduce your expenses quickly, then stick around because I'm going to tell you the ways that I and many other women have saved all this money by going gray, and I'll also tell you 3 cheap ways to transition to gray hair from dyed hair. Okay, are you ready? Let's get started. Now, obviously, your number one biggest saving when you go gray will be hair dye, whether you're going to the salon or just doing it at home. Obviously, you'll save a lot more money if you're dyeing your hair at the salon rather than at home. So let's say you're going to the salon every month to get your hair dyed. That's very expensive. Some people don't need to get their hair dyed fully every month. So let's say you go every other month to get your hair dyed, but you still have to go back, let's say every 3 or 4 weeks to get a salon root touch-up. That gets expensive too. And of course, we're not forgetting about the tip because obviously you want to be generous to your lovely hairdressers. So far, if you ditch the dye, you've ditched hair dye at the salon, you've ditched the salon root touch-ups, and of course, some people also got highlights and lowlights. That also adds up pretty quickly. Now, even though it's not as expensive if you are dyeing at home, let's say that's $8 to $10 a box. Okay, that doesn't sound like much, but you gotta also think about the fact that when you do your hair at home, you've got a mess on your hands. You've got to cover up everything in your bathroom to make sure that hair dye doesn't get on your counter. You might be messing up your towels, cleaning up any hair dye that got on the counter or on your skin. You've got to use a washcloth. You've got hair dye dripping onto your faucet. It's a nightmare, and I always hated doing it. Now, what also used to happen to me is I wasn't especially gifted at coloring my hair at home or doing my root touch-ups at home. Often the colors didn't match. Then what do? You might end up going back to the salon to get a color correction. So as you can see, all of this dye really adds up, and we're not even talking today about the damage that it can do to your hair. We're just talking about the financial part. And believe me, it is costly. Now, let's not forget about the routine maintenance. For example, having to cover your roots if you don't have time to go to the salon to get a root touch-up, or you don't have time to do it yourself. What do? You end up buying root powders or root mascaras. I can't tell you how many times when I had a big event and I didn't have time to get my hair colored or my roots touched up beforehand, you would find me at the event beforehand in the ladies' room with my root touch-up powders, desperately trying to cover up any gray roots. Now it seems silly to me, but at the time it was desperately important. So that's something I no longer have to think about or do, and I hope you can enjoy that freedom as well someday. Now, one of the benefits of ditching hair dye is not having to spend as much time in the salon. And if you're like me and you grow your hair out long, I only have to go to the salon now 4 times a year for a cut. I don't have to go for colors, obviously. I don't go for root touch-ups or any of that, but also because my hair is long now and it's very healthy since I went gray, I only have to go to the salon 4 times a year. I spend $60 for a haircut. I give a generous tip, and I still come out way ahead financially, and my hair feels and looks better. Now, obviously, if you have short hair, you will still probably have to go to the salon quite frequently to get your hair touched up and kept in shape if you like to wear a short style. But believe me, you will still feel a lot better not having to pay for the dyes or the root touch-ups every time you go in. You'll be in and out of there quicker, and it is a wonderful, freeing feeling. A lot of us find that our gray hair is much healthier than our dyed hair. I can't tell you how much trouble I had with my hair after 25 years of dyeing. It was dry, it was brittle, I had split ends up the wazoo. My hair was thinning. It was thinning so much that I thought I would go bald. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. My hair was so thin that it looked terrible, and I would lose clumps of it every day in the shower. And that all stopped the minute I ditched hair dye. Apparently it was the dye causing all of my problems, not my menopause, which is what I thought it was. My hair is thicker now than it has been since I was a kid. I love it, and it's healthier. This is air-dried hair. I did not blow dry this hair. This is air-dried hair. There is no frizz. I just wrapped it around my octo curl, let it dry for a couple hours, and this is the result. I am thrilled. This is not what happened to me in the past. In the past, I would have to go in frequently to get salon blowouts because my hair was so unruly and I had a ton of unwanted frizz, and it was brittle, as I said, and I could not get it to look good, even with the best and fanciest hair dryers and the best and fanciest roller brushes. My hair just looked terrible. So now I don't even have to pay for those salon blow dries anymore. If I have a fancy event, forget it. I can do my hair myself. Not everybody will have that outcome, but I'm telling you, this is my experience, and a lot of women I've talked to have had the same experience. And I hope if you go gray that you have this experience too. If your hair is healthier once you go gray, you might find that you're able to ditch a number of other things. So like I already said, I no longer have to get salon blowouts. I also no longer have to get keratin treatments or Brazilian blowouts. Some women who have gray hair still do choose to do those treatments. Now you might find that you no longer need certain hair products once you go gray if your hair is healthier. For example, besides the root powders and root mascaras that you no longer need, you also might find that you no longer need anti-frizz products. I can't tell you how many hundreds of dollars I spent trying to find the best anti-frizz products for my hair, but they did not work, and I no longer have to think about those at all, which is fantastic. If I ever do get a little frizz, I just put a little Verb Ghost Oil on my ends and it goes away. Also, if your hair is thicker after you go gray, you will no longer need thickening products. That's another savings. Now in a second, I'm going to share with you one of the most unexpected ways that you can save money by going gray. But before I do, I just wanted to let you know I created a free gray hair savings calculator just for you. You can download it. There's a link below in the show notes, and in that it will show you how much money you can save by going gray if you currently dye your hair, and how much money you've already saved if you're already gray. And you can modify it to suit whatever you need. It's really fun to use, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. As promised, I'm going to tell you the most unusual way to save money by going gray, and that is the fact that going gray saves you time. And as we all know, time is money. Just think about how many hours you spend at the salon or in your bathroom coloring your hair. And we're not even talking about root touch-ups, not only at the salon, but also in your car with the powders or whatever. Think about all the mental energy you're spending thinking about your roots and not wanting people to see them. That is a lot of time that is being wasted. You could be working on your side hustle. You could be selling things on eBay, or even better, forget about the money aspect. You could be spending time with your family and friends, doing something interesting that you love, and not just sitting there bored reading People magazine in a salon chair. That has been one of my favorite benefits of going gray, and it also has helped me make more money because now I have more free time and more creative energy. So I think it's the best outcome, and I hope that you feel the same. If after seeing all of this, you've decided that you're ready to go gray, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the cheapest ways to go gray. Number one is the cheapest, but for some people it's not an option because it's a little extreme, is to go gray with a buzz cut. It will cost you about 20 bucks. You just need to get a set of clippers, shave all your dyed hair off, let it grow in. I will share some photos of women who've done it, and they look fantastic. Yes, the grow out can be kind of a pain, but you also might find that you like your hair this way, and so that's a win-win situation. Even cheaper way to go gray, actually, now that I think about it, would be cold turkey. That means just stop all hair dye altogether and let your gray roots grow out to the length you desire. That is what I did. A lot of people don't like to do that because it can look awkward for a while. For me, it was fun and hilarious. I loved every minute of it, but for some people, it's a horrific idea and they do not want to do it. So that's up to you, but that is one option, and that is actually the cheapest option. The buzz cut would be the second cheapest option at 20 bucks. The third cheapest way to go gray would be to get a pixie cut. This just means having all your hair cut as short as possible, get as much of that dye out of there, and then it should take you about 3 to 6 months to grow out the rest of that dye that's still left on your hair, depending on how quickly your hair grows. So you still will have to spend a little money to get haircuts along the way, but it will be worth it if you are just eager to get rid of the dye. There are many other ways to go gray, but those are the 3 cheapest ways. Now, if you have time, I suggest you go over to my next video about all the other benefits that you can derive from going gray. There are so many that I couldn't mention them all in this video, but you will get a kick out of it, and you can discover why going gray is the best thing for your hair, and I say for your mental health and your wallet. If you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to the Katie Goes Platinum channel. I would love to have you as part of my community. Thanks so much.